All right, it's story time with Teacher Gabe. Today we're going to be reading Our Class is a Family by Shannon Olsen and Sandie Sonke. When you think of a family, you might picture one in a house. A mom, a dad, a couple of kids, plus their dogs and a pet mouse. Perhaps you think of grandma, or a stepmom and stepdad. It could be those 14 cousins, or that twin who makes you mad. But your family doesn't have to be who you're related to. It can be another special group who love and care for you. Have you ever thought about where most of your time is spent? It's at a school with all of us. That's where all those hours went. So if our classroom is the place where we spend our days, why wouldn't we want to make it like a home in many ways? It's a place we can show respect and kindness to each other, a spot where we can be ourselves and make memories with one another. We have things in common. These are connections that we all seek. But we'll still celebrate our differences and what makes us each unique. Our classroom is a special haven where it's okay to make mistakes. We learn from them and try again, no matter what it takes. We'll all have tough days sometimes, but your teacher is here for you. And as long as you're a friend to others, your peers will be there too. In this classroom of four walls, we will stick together. We'll help each other learn and grow in any kind of weather. So let's always remember what a great team we can be. You have our back and we have yours. We're a classroom family. Okay, all right, and that was This Classroom is a Family. Next we have Winnie the Pooh and his friends in the Nighttime Mystery. One blustery night, Piglet was trying very hard to get to sleep. The night was full of big noises, and Piglet was a very small animal. Suddenly, a sharp tapping at his window frightened him. Who's there?" he called. Tap, tap. Piglet dove under his covers. The next morning, Piglet went to see Winnie the Pooh. "Did you tap on my window last night, Pooh?" he asked his friend. "No, Piglet," Pooh replied. "I was asleep." "You don't suppose it was a monster, do you?" Piglet said unhappily. Piglet asked all his friends in the 100-acre wood if they'd seen any monsters the night before, but none of them had noticed anything out of the ordinary. Pooh and Piglet went to ask Owl, who lived up in a treehouse. Owl would surely have noticed if something as scary as a monster had been about last night, but Owl hadn't seen anything early either. Poor Piglet. He knew he wouldn't get any more sleep as long as there was a monster running around in the night. So that night, Pooh stood guard at Piglet's window so his friend could get to sleep. But as soon as Piglet closed his eyes, a sharp tapping sounded on his window. "It's a monster!" Piglet yelled. Pulling the curtain open, Pooh chuckled. "There's your monster, Piglet. It's only a branch blowing against the window." Piglet was ashamed. "You mean there's no monster in the 100-acre wood?" he asked. "No, Piglet," Pooh answered. Piglet was relieved, and as Pooh left, he snuggled down in his bed. Now even a very small animal could sleep in peace. And that was The Nighttime Mystery with Winnie the Pooh. All right, and now we are going to be reading Mr. Brown Can Moo, Can You? By Dr. Seuss. All right, let's see. Oh, the wonderful sounds Mr. Brown can do. He can sound like a cow. He can go moo moo. He can sound like a bee. Mr. Brown can buzz. How about you? Can you go buzz buzz? He can sound like a cork. Pop pop pop. He can sound like a horse's feet. Clop clop clop. He can sound like a rooster, cock-a-doodle-doo. He can sound like an owl, hoo, hoo, hoo. Mr. Brown can do it, how about you? He can sound like the rain, dribble, dribble, drop, drop, dribble, dribble, dibble, dibble, dop, dop, dop. He can sound like a clock, he can tick, he can talk. He can sound like a hand on a door, knock, knock. Boom, 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 Mr. Brown is a wonder. Boom, 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 Mr. Brown makes thunder. He makes lightning, splat, 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 and it's very, very hard to make a noise like that. Mr. Brown can whisper, whisper, very soft, very high, like the soft, soft whisper of a butterfly. Maybe you can too. I think you ought to try. Oh, the wonderful sounds Mr. Brown can do. Why don't you try to do them too? Turn the page and let's review. Let's see what we got. Moo moo, buzz buzz, pop pop, clop, cock-a-doodle doo, hoo hoo, dibble dibble dop, tick tock, knock knock, boom boom, splat. Last, a whisper whisper, and that is that. And that was Mr. Brown Can Moo. Can you? All right, let's see here. I also have I don't know if Mr. Adonis would like any music stories. I don't know if you want. Okay, all right. Then let's see. I have, if you're happy and you know it, in here somewhere. Just 1 second. That's all right. We can do. Here we go around the mulberry bush. All right, here we go. Mr. Adonis, do you want to do Here We Go Around the Mulberry Bush? Oh, that's all right. Here we go round the mulberry bush, the mulberry bush, the mulberry bush. Here we go round the mulberry bush early in the morning. This is the way we jump out of bed, jump out of bed, jump out of bed. This is the way we jump out of bed early in the morning. This is the way we wash ourselves, wash ourselves, wash ourselves. This is the way we wash ourselves early in the morning. This is the way we brush our hair, brush our teeth, brush our teeth. This is the way we brush our teeth early in the morning. This is the way we comb our hair, comb our hair, comb our hair. This is the way we comb our hair early in the morning. This is the way we put on our clothes, put on our clothes, put on our clothes. This is the way we put on our clothes early in the morning. This is the way we eat our food, eat our food, eat our food. This is the way we eat our food early in the morning. This is the way we clean our bowls, clean our bowls, clean our bowls. This is the way we clean our bowls early in the morning. This is the way we go to school, go to school, go to school. This is the way we go to school early in the morning. This is the way we wave goodbye, wave goodbye, wave goodbye. This is the way we wave goodbye. Goodbye. Cambiafo. Namaste. Joygin. early in the morning. All right, that was Here We Go Round the Mulberry Bush. All right, and that was it for story time. Thank you guys for joining us.